Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about timing of marriage. Is it possible to predict the timing of marriage? Yes. Now people go to astrologers to ask when is my daughter going to get married or when is my son going to get married. So the answer to all the questions lies in astrology and it lies in your chart. Now, how can we predict the timing of marriage? For that, you've got to see the four houses. You've got to see the first house, you've got to see the second house, the seventh house, and the influence of 11th house. Now, first house definitely we consider important because first house is for yourself. It's for your own priority. So it is definitely going to play a very important role in predicting the marriage of a person. Then we see the second house. The second house is for family. It is definitely for whenever there's a marriage in the family. So this in addition to the family member. So second house also plays a very important role. Then comes the seventh house. Seventh house is for marriage. For your life partner, what kind of life partner you are going to get or what kind of married life you are going to have in the future. So seventh house is definitely a very important house. So you've got to see the influence of the seventh house or the operational dasha of the seventh house or the planet ruling the seventh house. Then you've got to see the 11th house just because 11th house is for your fulfillment of your desires. So whatever you have in your mind, so what kind of partner you are going to marry or what kind of girl you have in your dreams. So it's only going to happen until the 11th house is active or the planet in the 11th house plays an equal important role. We also see the secret factors of marriage, Venus and Jupiter. And to an extent, in predicting the timing of marriage, we see the operational dasha of Rahu, Moon, Venus, and Jupiter. We take these planets into account. But what is the practical way of predicting marriage? In this, you've got to see the transit of Saturn, of Jupiter, of Mars, and Sun. Now, I'm not talking about where Saturn is positioned in your horoscope. Your Saturn might be in the 7th house, your Saturn might be in the 12th house, or you might be having Saturn in any of the house. I'm talking where Saturn is transiting in the present time. So I'm going to give a very simple example and you can judge for yourself how to predict the timing of marriage. Now, for all those who are not very expert or find it hard to just listen to me and predict, you can make a chart and I will be giving you a very simple example of how to predict the timing of marriage. You've got to make a chart of Libra ascendant, that is, you've got to place Libra in the center. Let's say for Libra ascendant, for example, if Saturn is transiting in Scorpio, I'm just giving an example. So, suppose in January or whatever month, Saturn goes retrograde, and so in this way, Saturn will be influencing the first house, and its seventh aspect will be influencing the seventh house because Saturn aspects its third, seventh, and 10th house from where it's placed. So, in this way, as Saturn goes retrograde, it is influencing the first house and the fourth and the seventh house. Let's say at that very point of time, Jupiter is in Leo. So Jupiter's ninth aspect will fall on the seventh house because we know that Jupiter has fifth, seventh, and ninth aspect to the houses from where it's placed. It sees the fifth house, seventh house, and the ninth house. So, in this way, two conditions are getting fulfilled. One of Saturn, second of Jupiter. That is, Saturn is influencing the first house, Saturn is influencing the seventh house, and Jupiter in Leo, it is aspecting the seventh house. Now, in that very time, if Mars comes in Virgo, and let's say Mars has its 4th, 7th, and 8th aspect, and if we see its 8th aspect is falling on the 7th house, so in that way, this third condition also gets fulfilled, that a person is going to get married when Saturn goes retrograde. And for example, if Saturn is retrograde for a period of 6 months, so you can easily say that within these 6 months, your boy is going to get married. And what about some people are really keen into astrology and they we want to know which month my kid will get married. So to see the month of marriage, you got to see the transit of Sun, where Sun is in transit, because we know that Sun changes zodiac sign every month. And let's say if Sun just is transiting, and at that time when it comes in Aries, when Sun comes in the Aries sign, and it's going to influence the 7th sign, the 7th house. So definitely at that point of time, a person will definitely get married. So this is a very simple example that I have given of a deep analysis on how the transit of Saturn, Jupiter, Mars and Sun, they help us in predicting the timing of marriage. So yes, we can also predict the direction of marriage. So for example, if let's say for a Capricorn ascendant, so your 7th house means number 4. If you draw a chart for a Capricorn ascendant, your 7th sign will be number 4, that is Cancer. So 4, 8, 12, these are water signs, and for all the water signs, you will definitely hold a scope of getting married in the north direction. So all the fire signs, that is 1, 5, 9. I'm talking about the 7th house, not the ascendant. All the fire signs, if your 7th house is a fire sign, that is 1, 5, 9, so you will definitely get married in the east. If it is an earth sign, that is 2, 6, 10, you will definitely get married in the south direction. And if your 7th house is a water sign, that is 4, 8, 12, you will get married in the north direction. And if it is an air sign, that is 3, 7, 11, then you will get married in the west. Or maybe if you are in India, you might hold a scope to get married abroad. So these are very simple rules that I tell people, that astrologically, yes, you can see for your own self where you can get married and what kind of spouse you will get. Yes, you can also predict it. It's very simple. You've got to see the sign that is placed in the 7th house, the planet that is placed in the 7th house. For example, if moon is placed in the 7th house, you definitely get a life partner who's very congenial, who's very sweet in nature. Or if you have Mars in the 7th house, then definitely you're going to get a very aggressive life partner who's going to be, sometimes he will be rude, and he will be a macho person, he will be a gym freak, and he will be a little egoistic. So, and if you have Saturn in your 7th house, then you definitely will get a life partner who is mature in thinking, who is elderly to you, who might be 4, 5 years or maybe even 7, 8, 10 years elder to you. Or if you have Venus in the 7th house, then definitely you will get a life partner who loves luxury, who loves perfumes, who loves flowers, who loves the luxurious things in life, will be very vibrant. And if you have Jupiter or Mercury, definitely you will get a life partner who is very intellectual, who loves religion, who loves to meditate, who has quite a link with God, and is very intellectual. So these are the simple things that I tell through my video. It's not a very deep astrological class, but definitely you can see for yourself that when there's a time you're going to get married, or even if you are married, you can see how it is so true, because astrology is a science, and I definitely believe that everything that we go through our chart through the correct principles, it really is so much accurate. Yes, definitely I'm going to give a remedy for those people who want to find the correct match, because I have been approached by so many people and they say that they don't find the correct match because we want to find a match that is suitable for us. It's not that I'm here and the person should be here. So to find the correct match, just the thing I tell everybody is, if you are finding a right match, if everything is correct, if you find the right girl, if you find the right family, please don't go to a temple priest who says ये शादी नहीं हो सकती. So definitely use your sense, and if your son is not a Mangli, you definitely can get married in anywhere. So please don't be very superstitious. Yes, I truly believe that those people who are Mangliks, they should definitely consult a good astrologer before getting their child married. Because yes, you've got to see the correct matching for a Manglik. But for non-Manglik, if I feel that if you're getting a true match, why just going for these rituals? Why do you just consider all these things when you have, God has given you a brain? So definitely go ahead with that. Don't ever think twice that when you're finding a good girl, when you're finding a good boy, so just go with it. Go with the flow. And one last thing I want to tell in my video is that all those who are finding it hard to find the correct match, they can wear a Gauri Shankar Rudraksha, or if you do not like wearing it in your neck, you can drink its water the first thing in the morning in a silver glass daily. There's no such ritual attached to it. I have been getting many emails that what is the correct way to wear a Rudraksha. There's nothing. Don't go in so much of superstition. There's no correct way. It's just that once you buy a Gauri Shankar, you just have to drink its water daily. That's it. Nothing else to be done. I tell people, preferably drink in a silver glass, because it definitely gives you very positive impact. You become positive. Life becomes beautiful for you also, and you've got to see the way you start seeing change in your thoughts. So that your thoughts start changing, and when your thinking starts changing, and I think that is the best thing you can get from a very spiritual being that is made to serve people. And it really is the only thing that I tell people that does not have any side effects. Yes, I tell people, yes, you should not wear unwanted gems. It might have any side effects, and if you do not want to wear it, go ahead, don't wear it. But yes, these things, they have a very positive influence in your life. And all those who are finding it hard to find a match, who want to know when they are going to marry or need my suggestions, they can call me, or they can log on to my website, or yes, subscribe to my channel to know more about astrology. And for all those who are married and they don't find this video interesting, I'm only going to tell you one remedy for a happy married life. It's whoever is the boss, no matter the husband is the boss or the wife is the boss, there's only one rule for a happy married life. Yes, boss.